Unleashing Your Inner Power with Dr. Anand. In this series today, I'm presenting you music. You may well ask, what's the relevance of music to my life? Will I earn more money? Will I be happier? Let me tell you my own journey. First of all, as a doctor, can I inform you that I started hearing music from the age of 4.5 inside my mother's womb, because every baby hears the heart sound of their mother. Boom, boom, boom. And that is why when children come out, music is very important in their lives. So we have Chanda Mama Dur Ke Hickory Dickory Dock. You know, the rhythm is simple. And the other part of the mother-baby relationship is the baby's heart rate and the mother's heart rate match. They are quite similar. So if the mother is 70 beats a minute, the baby will be 130, 140, but not 142. So there's a very strong correlation between rhythm, music, and hearing your mother's voice. Let me also tell you that Deepak Chopra did an experiment in Japan that once the baby's gender was decided, the babies got their names, and as soon as the baby was born, the mother would mention the name and the child would open its eyes. So we have started listening to sounds and music from our mother's womb long before we were born. That's point number one. Secondly, music is very important for all cultures. But in South Asia in particular, everyone sings. In the train they'll be singing. When someone dies, they'll be singing. When someone's born, they'll be singing. When you celebrate in the Mela, you'll be singing. When you do religious festivals, you'll be singing. So music is a very strong and integral part of the community that we have come from. Music has many aspects. I can tell you one experiment. In 1992, a boy did an experiment in his father's American garage. There were 3 fish tanks, aquaria, dry, and there were white mice in each one of them. So there were 25, 25, 25, 3 lots. The first and the second and the third were labeled 1, 2, and 3. They were left for a week, 2 weeks till they settled. And each time they were brought out to do a maze made with nails. And the average time of all of them was 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. The mice left in silence for a further 3 weeks could now do it in 5 minutes. So they became twice as clever in solving the maze after 3 weeks. The mice that heard Mozart, Western classical music, decreased the time to 1.5 minutes. So remember, the mice who were left in silence were twice as good. These became 3.5, 4 times as good. And the mice who heard heavy metal rock, you know, that vulgar kind of music, with dirty words and heavy metal and all that, they started killing each other and the experiment had to be cancelled. Do you think Sony will put this out? No. But it is a fact. This is an experiment that I can send you on the web. If you write to me on the email, I can send you the links. So music is very soothing. But also the point I want to make is music only works especially when it's active. I don't sit back and listen to music. I sing along with it. I whistle along with it. I'll play the flute with it. So unless you are engaged fully, you will get benefit by listening to music. I mean, if you're doing your exam papers, you can't be singing along. But most of the time, I sing loudly. And people in the West are very shy. But we are not. We sing all the time. So when you're in your car, just start singing and you will find that music will make a difference to your life. The other aspect of music is, as I was telling you about yoga, that when you take a long in-breath, your heart rate goes up. When you give out a long out-breath, your heart rate goes down. And that is the natural rhythm, like but in today's society, we go. So the out-breath is very short and therefore our stress level goes up. What do you do in singing? You take a breath and sing and sing and sing and sing and sing. So you'll notice that people who are classical singers in our part of the world, in South Asia, live a long time unless they eat too much and they get fat. In the West, the musicians tend to also go for drugs and other things and they have a very short life because of that. But a musician lives a long time. A musician makes more money. I'm not a musician by trade, but I get all the benefits of music that perhaps a musician doesn't. He might be doing it for music. The other part in our culture in South Asia, we say he's very good. He's not a professional, but he's very good. Here they say he's only an amateur. So the attitude to music is also different. In all ancient cultures, you look at the Greek culture, Calliope was the goddess in Greek culture of poetry, arts, music. In India, we have Saraswati. So we in that part of the world and ancient cultures really respected music. And it has been also shown that if you play an instrument as a young child, your intelligence grows. You know, there are two parts of the brain, left and the right part of the cortex. And what connects them is called the corpus callosum. Those who sing, those who play music, that part grows. So your connection, your connectivity, your broadband in the brain grows. Music is very good for the soul, they say. Mausiki ruh ki ghiza hai, means music is the food of the soul. Shakespeare said the same thing. They say music clears the window of the soul. Every culture says that. So music is very important, but I'm here to tell you music is important for you to make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Let me tell you about my professional life. As a doctor, I have felt music is necessary because as a doctor, you pick up other people's vibes. Nobody comes and says, "Doctor, I'm very fine, here's a box of chocolates." Nobody comes and says, "I've just had a baby, here's some flowers." Some do, but most of the time they are in trouble. And that is our job as a doctor or as a public figure or as a solicitor or as a social worker, as an ambulance driver. When you're dealing with the public, they come to you with their troubles. They don't just come when they're happy, they come only when they're in trouble. So you're listening to this all day and all long. And if you are an empathic person, you pick it up. Imagine that you're a solicitor, a lady solicitor particularly, who does family law. Can you imagine all the pain that poor lady is listening to all day, all night? She has to do it, somebody has to do it, and she earns the money to keep her mortgage going. But really, can you imagine the pain of listening to that? Or a judge, or a magistrate, all the time murder and etc. and bad things that are happening, they listen to. So music balances you out. If you want to have a balanced life, if you want to make life peaceful, if you don't want to make mistakes while driving, getting road rage and all that, and having an accident, music is very good. They have shown that if there's music, and like for instance in Manchester in the Arndale Centre, you'll have organ music, you know, the Wurlitzer organ with the big tubes, that music, it makes people feel rich and powerful and they spend more money. The other thing about music is music creates the mood. If while I'm talking to you, the producer put in soft, gentle music, you think Dr. Anand is a nice guy. If he puts in that kind of harsh music, you think what a cruel fellow. No, I'm doing exactly the same thing. They've done experiments like this in the film world. They took the same shot and called producers of music. In one they put telephone quality sound, in one they put stereo, and in one they put surround sound with speakers everywhere. And all the producers liked the picture which had the good sound. How is that? Because music produces the emotion. So remember, if you want to be calm and peaceful, listen to nice music. When you're coming back home, yes, you're tired. Yes, your wife will give you 10 different things to do. Have you bought this? Have you bought that? Music will make you calm and therefore less irritable. But sing along. I have really found this quite useful, that if I sing in the car, nobody else is listening. I can tell you that it makes a big difference. You'll not be out of pocket. You'll make fewer mistakes. You will not forget the keys. You will not leave the car in the wrong place. You will not forget to pull your handbrake on. These little silly mistakes we make are because the brain is hyperactive. Have you seen the gerbil on the wheel that goes round and round and round and round? Sometimes in life, we lose the purpose of life. We forget friends. We forget family. We forget our children. We forget their birthdays. Music keeps you in tune, and music keeps you in the right place. You don't have to be a professional music, and you're not singing for others' benefit. I myself go to the Pakistani Cultural Society. I used to play the flute, and about a year and a half ago, I decided to sing. Just like that. And people said, "Oh, you're very good on the flute." I said, "No, I'm going to sing." And over time, my voice is developing. My courage is developing. My friendship is developing. I'm much more calm. On the road, I hardly ever bother. If somebody cuts across, I just go my merry way instead of getting angry and showing this. So you have fewer accidents. Your insurance will be better because you're not claiming all the time. And I'm telling you, that's happened in my life. I've been in the UK 47 years and my insurance is no claims bonus full because I don't have accidents, because I'm calm and peaceful. People do collide to me. Last year I nearly died on the 1st of September. Next day I was working. It's simple like that, you know. Music helps your body heal. So if you want to stay away from the hospital, from doctors, from solicitors, do music. You will make fewer mistakes. We all make mistakes, but you'll notice as a doctor, can I tell you, I worked in the casualty, and you'll see the same person coming again and again with the same fracture. Because their mind is fractured, their mind is disturbed, they're taking too many tablets, they're under the influence of alcohol. But music is the alcohol. People ask me, why are you happy all the time? Well, I do music, I sleep well, and I again repeat, I only tell you things that I do, and I hope you can follow. So I tell you from my own personal experiences. People also ask me, how did you get into music? I was telling you that I heard my mother's heartbeat like you did and so on. And I used to sing a lot, quietly but shy. I used to be very shy. Then I got a banjo, you know, that Taisho Koto instrument. So I started playing that, and I found I could pick up tunes. I had a cousin who used to play the mouth organ. And then slowly somebody told me, you can make your own electric guitar. I made one. And then my friend Deshopriya Mukherjee took me to his home, and his brother was playing Hum Hai Rahi Pyar Ke, Humse Kuch Na Boliye. When he finished playing, he turned around and said, what rag is this in? I said, it's a film song. He said, no, it's in Rag Durga. So that gave me the idea that the film songs of ours from the subcontinent used to be based on rag. And now that we are copying Western guitar, and we are copying their organ music, and we don't use our old instruments which are tuned to the harmonic scale, you will find it doesn't heal. It is not the same thing. So the great singers of our world, Begum Akhtar and all the famous singers of Pakistan, they are great. But when I hear them with drums, and it jars me, I don't get happy about it. I like them with their own soothing, their own taste. Like music is something soothing. Music is to soothe our souls. Our world is very stressed. And I keep repeating, if you want a peaceful, happy, calm, social life, music can be a very, very elaborate part of it. It's not just for going to programs, putting on your best clothes, clapping and criticizing it. Music is an inner process. It is not just for showing off. It is not to please the kings. And especially the music that we have from the subcontinent is ancient. It's really ancient, 3,000-4,000 years old. And it has evolved over time. Secondly, our music also incorporates folk music into it. In the West, folk music and classical music are separate. In the West, you need 200 people to play the music. But music is like a friendship. Music is like wooing somebody. So in our part of the world, music is very simple. One singer, one tanpura, one tabla, one harmonium. That's it. And that is enough. Or just one Ravi Shankar, one tanpura, one tabla. And that's it. You don't need lots and lots and lots of people, because that is more military style. Ours is much more soothing, calm and peaceful. And I can tell you, if you practice singing in the bathroom, it doesn't matter, sing in the bathroom, sing in the car, sing in front of people. If they say that's terrible, keep singing, because you're not singing for them. And I'll tell you, when the good singers sing, they close their eyes because they're not singing for the audience. They're going into an inner meditative state. You can do meditation, you can do prayers, but you can also do music. And they all take you to an altered state where little things don't bug you. If someone's late, if you've forgotten your keys, instead of getting more angry and losing a grip on your life, music will do you good. And therefore, I strongly recommend that you practice when you're alone. Just copy and sing, copy and sing, and that is all you need to do. People often ask me, as a doctor, how does music affect you so much that you're bothered to do things? Let me tell you, I did a course properly looked after by the postgraduate department of Newcastle University for doctors, showing them the graph of what happens when people sing or play instruments. I had an EEG connected with their brain, and every time somebody did just not even singing, just one note, if they vocalized, their heart rate slowed down. The brain frequency became alpha rhythm. Otherwise, it's in beta, always constantly in aggravation. So even doctors are beginning to realize that music helps. I've earlier told you that rats also calm down and solve problems. So if you are in music, you will be in consonance. Your both parts of the brain are working like friends. You will be laser focused. You will earn more money. You will not be distracted. Because there's two parts to our thinking. One is the conscious thought and the other is subconscious. When push comes to shove, it's the subconscious that comes out. Do you know that the subconscious mind works 40,000 times faster than the conscious brain? It's called my gut feeling. Often people say, I had a gut feeling I didn't get in that train because they picked up something. And I can tell you that if you are in consonance through music, you'll be more in resonance with yourself. And if you're comfortable with yourself, you'll treat your employees and your employer with respect. You will treat your family with respect. You will treat society with respect. And that is what makes society. If you're in society constantly trying to achieve, conquer, to take money, make more money, you'll get nowhere. Ultimately, you might even have some money, but you've lost your friends. You lost your family. You lost your wedding anniversary. You'll forget these kind of things. I'm telling you from real experience. But if you're into music, you will be using methods that you do not forget these important things. Because it's the little happinesses. It's like helping someone across the street. It's like helping someone park their car. Say someone is parking their car in this country where cars are big and roads are small. I tend to get out the car and help them. What does it cost? 5 seconds, 10 seconds. But that person will remember that somebody was kind to me. Because somebody on the other side may be very distressed. So I can absolutely assure you that your brain will be much calmer. You'll have much more friendship. You even would have more money. And you will spend money wisely. You will not have to gamble. You will not have to throw it on very expensive clothes just to show off. You will not have to have the latest watch or the latest phone or the latest shoes. You're happy with what you have and you're content. Contentment is what we are here for. Creativity is what we are here for. As I said in the beginning, unleashing the inner power. That's what we are about. We all have power. Okay, some may have more, some may have less. We often blame genetics. But that is not all. Genetics is I cannot be a basketball player compared to an American 6 foot 5 inches tall. No, I can't. But I can run better. During my campaign, I've been walking a lot. At the least I do is 4,000 steps a day. And I can tell you, I would go half a mile, quarter mile in my car because I had this idea, how can a doctor walk? It's a silly idea, but subconsciously that's what I was thinking. And now I walk. It's very cold today and I've been walking, and the total amount of steps that you need per day is 3 or 4 times 7,500 steps. Okay? And I'm easily achieving that. But I'm able to do things like that because I am confident. I even have started making some extra income because I'm calm, collected, and I don't react to people. I respond. And this rhythm of life is part of music. So if you want to do well in life, if you want to succeed, if you want to come abroad and do well, your music is very important because it keeps you on track. Otherwise you deviate and you do other things which are not suitable, and then you get into trouble, as I've pointed out before. So do think, they say early to rise, early to bed makes a person healthy, wealthy and wise. But I also think music makes you healthy, wealthy and wise. Healthy because you're breathing better, wealthy because you don't make mistakes, and wise because you're kinder to people, more compassionate, more dealing with each other in a kind way. It is so easy to earn money and then lose it all just because of a few mistakes, just because you irritated someone, just because you made a rash decision. But if you're into music, you will not make rash decisions. You will step back and look at things. And that is where music helps you, because it gives you the courage to be patient, to look back, to reassess, to check yourself, to audit what you've done, to be introverted. Because before you sleep or when you wake up, you should feel good about yourself. You should feel that I've done something useful. You should feel I've done something for society. And music is certainly one of the very powerful ways of doing this. I strongly recommend, if you want to be safe, popular and wealthy, music is a very strong connector. Some of you may think why I'm promoting music so strongly and half don't believe what I'm saying. But I'm telling you only from my personal experience. I'm not talking from books. I'm not talking from research papers. I'm not talking from any other source. I'm talking about me. It's definitely helped me, and there's no reason why it can't help you. That's the end of today's topic.